what? When I was dating my ex now, yeah. Then I met him when he lost his job. But it's him.
Don't wanna lose out, 'cause love ain't easy.
Welcome to the Conversations with Mom podcast. I am Lasidi.
I am Carol.
And today we're just gonna deep dive into dating and obviously having a conversation with my mom about it.
Yeah, let's see. So listen, you have to take the lead on this one because you're the one who wanted these conversations.
Yeah.
And you said there are no limits, which scared me.
So to be able to talk to your mom about dating is a bit nerve-wracking. But let's get into it then.
Yeah.
So I saw a TikTok
Okay.
about this girl who basically said something along the lines of men nowadays are too sissy.
Okay.
When it comes to dating, like they don't want to pay for the meal, they don't want to pay for the date, they don't want to do anything. So what's your take on dating then versus dating now?
Oh my god. Things have not changed. I can't believe I'm now the then. Gee whiz. It's actually bad that men don't want to pay. And I must admit, Guti, it hasn't changed.
Imagine.
But I can tell you when I first dated, I think my first I could say legitimate or real date was with your father. Yeah. And prior to that, I can't really say I dated because when I met him I was like 21 and I wanted a boyfriend. So I was purposely looking for a boyfriend. Yeah, so prior to that, no, I was not looking for that. And with him, when I met him, obviously I met him at a party. So
that's how we all meet. This generation. Then we tried our own groove
along. And it was during December. December is like the best time and the worst time to meet anyone.
That's a red flag in itself.
Yes.
December party. That doesn't scream long term.
No, it does not. I met him in December. I was looking. And when I think and telling you now, I think it's purposefully looking. Yeah, I was looking, and I knew I didn't want someone. I remember I was talking to one other guy before him, and the guy was into tarot cards, off-putting already, because I did not believe in that. So it was like, he was into me, but I was not into him because he was too much. And then, and basically we met at a party. It was a whirlwind romance for December. My plan was that it was for December. But it went on for 2 years. And then in that 2 years, I think our version of dating was like, he did actually take me out. He did pay. It was never a conversation.
Imagine.
It was never really a conversation or, I'm a stress or is he gonna pay? No, he never did that. I must give him credit for that. It was never a conversation. When he said let's meet, he made sure he does everything. And by the way, he was not working when I met him. So he had left his job because he was not happy. I was almost out of varsity, so we were very young. He's 2 years older than me, in our 20s, which is now your age now. Oh my god.
So these are the things I should look out for.
If a man does not know that it's his job to do something at a date, what's the point?
Exactly. Because I went on a date, and you know this.
Yes.
And I was so happy that he paid and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I felt like I shouldn't be like rejoicing over that. That should be a given.
It's a given.
It shouldn't be like, yeah, yo,
Yes.
heaven and earth is moving.
No.
It should just be a natural flow of things.
Yes.
And men don't understand. You invest in what you want.
Yes, you do.
So the investment starts when you ask me on a date.
Exactly.
And the more you invest in me, I invest in you.
Exactly. It's a give
Every
and take.
relationship is an investment of some sort.
Yes.
So if you're not willing to invest, let me pack my bags and leave.
I don't think it should be a stress factor for Wayne because he's showing interest in you.
Yeah.
You are right in the fence. You're an investment. You are an investment. You're a catch. I mean, you're beautiful. Mwah. And you're bright. And he should see all of that. That's why he saw interest.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And I remember once he said, I put you on a pedestal.
Yeah.
I remember. But that's also not a realistic way of a guy seeing you.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be on a pedestal. You're human. You're looking for a partner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mara, no, it was never a conversation. Funny enough, after I had you, then money was an issue.
When the baby comes.
When the baby
like, should I pay for you now?
Mara, that's how we were. I don't want to lie. It was never an issue. Fast forward when I was dating Omiti, my ex now, Onara.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I met him when he lost his job. And then the thing that attracted me to him as well was that he didn't have a job, he didn't have money. You know what he did on our first date? He invited me to where he was staying. And he cooked me lunch. I swear. He cooked me lunch, and here's the thing, here's the kicker. He cooked me lunch, we sat outside and he chatted with me. That's what attracted me.
I think the difference is men nowadays, or let me just say boys.
Yes.
Because that's not manhood.
Yeah.
Boys nowadays, even if they invite you to their place, it's always a text that come over to my place, which is meaning sex.
Booty call.
Booty call.
Yes.
So it's not a thing where I come over to my place, let's talk.
Yeah.
There is no talking. According to him, when you get to his place, it's a whole other expectation. It's never just that.
And
It's never. Even he doesn't even take the time to conversate. Even
Because-
if he wants sex and conversation, he doesn't conversate. The part of having a conversation is like too tough. It's boundaries. So like, okay. I just want you for this and then get out of my house. Basically.
it's sad. I've also had the experiences, and wait to my current ex, I saw and he's younger than me. So for him to have the mindset to do that, I believe, as a man, it must come from you, no matter what age you are. And when you're very young, so that means, guys, your age group must have that mindset from the word go. It's something else on if we're now that thing where I'm a guy, and then if I ask you out, I must make sure I provide for you, because dating for me is that you'll be able to take care of me.
Exactly.
It's a small token, buying lunch,
ice cream, Betuna. Let's just go for ice cream. It's okay, and have a conversation. I think that the main thing for me when I go on dates is conversation.
Yes.
If I feel like the conversation is dead, even if you buy me that dinner, it's the
Yes.
conversation that people are after.
Yes.
It's the connection that girls are after. Girls are not after your money.
Yes.
And it's usually broke men that say girls are after your money.
No,
girls
they're
are not
broke.
after your money. Girls are after conversation.
They're-
Girls are after connection. Girls are after security, stability in a man. It's not about money. You can provide security and stability in multiple different ways. I feel like it's just dependent on you as a man if what the kids.
And you're right, because like I'm telling you now, in that date, ne, I could have said no because I knew he was not working. I could have ran away.
Exactly.
Mara, I was looking for something different and I wanted to test something because it was after Ntatamhola Tlhokofala, Rakai. And my psychologist, I went to a psychologist because I couldn't sleep. And I remember she said to me, I'm said break on sleeping with someone before when you're dating them. And he was my first test. So I did not do anything with him for months while we were going out.
That's nice.
Yes, and to admit it to your child. I did not.
Yeah.
And remember, for me, it was my first try. And when I met him, and I could have run away, but I wanted to test this thing because she said, hold it off. Why? Because just hold it off for your sake. To be able to make a decision about this person only sober.
Yeah, that's important.
Because sex is kind of like you're drunk. You understand? Yeah, it is actually. Because the moment you do it, it's like you lose all cognitive thinking.
Oh, that's why
Yeah.
I believe in soul ties so much. I think as I grew up, my cousin always Mule used to tell me, soul ties, and I would just ignore it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this girl,
Yeah.
she doesn't know what she's talking about. Until I gave myself to God again.
Yeah.
Then I realized the emotions of it that comes with it. And then you have to, I feel like at a certain point, pray that God cuts the soul ties out of your life.
Yes.
When you have that realization. So I prayed, I don't want this anymore. I don't want the connection I have with this man because he's not my husband.
Yeah.
You know, I don't see him as my husband.
Sure, I see.
So I have to pray that away.
Yes.
Kinda.
I understand it because that's what I did with your father. I had to pray him out. I told you I was 5 years. Get my rappella out. I could sense him. I could smell him.
That's so tight.
Yes,
That's
I could smell him.
I think when girls think, I keep thinking about him. Chomi, we take him on every day. Chomi wants dress like him and you are not in a you're not in a bind. You're in a soul tie.
Yeah, you
my
are ready
sister.
because little bit.
Yeah, you guys are in a soul tie and you're hazy. You just have to sometimes pray a person away.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to pray a person. Even when it comes to friendships, you're like, ish, Chomi is not right for me. So you have to kind of pray them away.
I think most people, they say it, but they don't understand it. That's why they can't explain it to you. But it sounds like when Namudimu gave you a personal revelation of it. That's why you're cautious.
Yeah,
you can't just sleep with everybody.
Very.
And it's a personal. It's easy. Sexual desire is nice. I already told you for sex. I will never lie to you about that. However, it's nicer when it's someone you're safe with.
Yeah.
And that's important. And also God approves of it.
Yes.
And then there's something that happens when you sleep with somebody because Obanale is such an attachment that you start demanding promises. You start demanding. Come on, Nate, because even when after all, I'm the one who broke the promise. I think he would have waited for me. I got right because habit.
Yeah.
I know.
Just wanna jump.
Yes, I just wanna jump. It is habit. And I remember I'm the one who initiated everything. He would have waited because he was able to arobale le namumpeto as can touch. A man has already decided whether he's gonna sleep with you or marry you. So imagine how many, because usually a man marries one woman, so the rest are just sleepovers. So he when he told me that, it clicked in my mind. It is like that, Shem. And he said when And I think it's insulting when a man calls you up, Ari, come visit me by my place.
Yeah.
It's very insulting
It
because
is.
for me, it's like how little he thinks of me, or how little he thinks of you when he just calls you, "Hore, ke le bjana." All you see, "Hore, I'm just like a lay in the hay, vele." That's it. Nothing more.
It's disgusting behavior, I
Yes.
think.
It's very insulting.
It is. It is.
And it's demeaning of you as a person. Hore, there's nothing more to you. And then it's like how, it's like he sees
That's
you.
why the hookup culture nowadays, I
Mm.
just don't get. It's so disconnected from actually knowing a person. Mara, imagine how scary it is for text to come over to my place. You don't even know the person. You don't even know what they bring in spirit. Because
Yes.
certain people bring nice things in
Yeah.
spirit. You don't need. I would say if this person is a thief. Like, what if I steal your furniture? And when I busy and invite that, go playing your house.
Yeah.
That's wrong. The hookup culture nowadays, I just don't see it. I don't see it.
I think now people want everything fast and then they don't want to invest, like you say. Motanyo go investor in knowing you as a person and knowing where your lives are going to align. Happy Mujolo is basically checking out if me and you are gonna align. That's the whole point of Mujolo.
That's what I was explaining to a friend of mine yesterday. Well, he wants to be more, but I was explaining to him because he sees dating as Mujoloa, Basot.
Oh.
You know how you
It's
do
bad.
like Mujolo ki Hurwala
Yeah.
Mara. You guys are not together, but yeah, guys are together. And then I was like, that's not how I date.
Yeah.
And then he was like, okay, explain to me how you date. So I basically said to him, Kichola so
because that's the only
reference that I would make you understand
Yes.
how I want to be dated or how I want to date.
Yes.
It's basically when we're dating, 6 months is dates. We really getting to know each other.
Yeah.
So we go out on dates. If you want me to meet your friends, I meet your friends. By that 6 months, we talk. Really get to know each other. And then after the 6 months, you decide as a guy whether you see something more or not.
Yeah. True.
And I feel like 6 months is the perfect timeline.
It is.
To see whether you fit into each other's space or not. And then after 6 months, I'm your girlfriend. Yeah, I'm your girlfriend, and then we take it from there. So anything, yeah, I guess sure after 1 year I have to check up on you and ask you what are we? No.
After you told him, what did he say?
Well, he basically said, "Oh, I get it. Yeah, Mara, now I'm a slow burner.
What does that mean?
Like, it'll frustrate you, like, whether or not we are together or not, because I usually take time. Okay, describe to me your previous relationships. Well, never Jola for 2 years, but he wasn't even in a relationship with this girl.
What was it?
Never Jola. Okay. But he wasn't the girlfriend. She wasn't the girlfriend.
Yeah.
Mara never Jola for 2 years. Yeah. That's what I said. Now I get Jola for 2 years. Then after 2 years, you decide whether or not I'm your girlfriend. No. Ke balaba ho emisa ngwanyana 10 years until they get married. I don't like that. Because I feel like after a certain point in a relationship, even for a girl, you know whether this person is the one.
Or not. Yes.
There's just a certain point
where you know.
And it doesn't come after 10 years.
No, it doesn't. It's the same. But let me put it like this. Your father, when he said, these are my dreams, and he said, like my job, my car, my work, my what until 5. I was not there. And they said, hey, oh, oops, and you babes. Now I'm pregnant. And I was like, bloody hell, it would have been so nice to know this before I got pregnant. Because if I was honest at that time, he was also not in my top 5.
Imagine.
You understand? He was not. I always tell you, got everything to deal with you. I believe and I know it was all decisions made. So, Mara, for me, it was like, if he was at least brutally honest with me, I don't see us together. Then yeah, let's wait a bit and find our way. Because Mina, then I wanted my own thing. I wanted to see whether I have my own talent. I wanted to see whether I can achieve things on my own. Because his life was booming. I wanted to also see my life booming on my own without a crush. I
have that habit also of falling for the dream. I feel like it's good and bad to fall for a guy's dream. It's good in a sense that you mustn't be consumed so much by his dreams that you forget yours. And sometimes I get so consumed by his dream. Let's push him. That I kind of forget. Oh, I'm still there.
You're still there. I think that's why I always say, I don't think it was bad. I just felt, we were not. Again, like I always say, Holy Spirit for me, even though I wasn't safe then, he did tell me to slow it down. So I believe it is possible for both of you to have dreams, but you must grow with each other and support each other's dream. And the first sign, you are not jealous of it. I was so jealous of his dream. It bugged me that I was jealous. Because it meant my own thing. So it is, I think when you seek for someone, ask me someone who can tell you his dream and still appreciate yours. You understand? Then it's not a competition. It's like you're growing together. It's like he's telling you your dream, and like Kamko how she met Brakan.
In context of the podcast.
Oh yes. Asmelita is my mother.
Yes.
Your grandmother.
Yes.
Yeah, we call each other names, eh?
Yeah.
So she also fell in love with his dream, with your grandfather's dream.
Yeah.
She fell in love with it and she wanted to be a part of that dream. Yeah. And she lost herself in that. I think in that context, you guys are similar.
Yeah.
Yes. And she dropped her dream of being a nurse who she loved. And she pursued this man's dream and helped him build his dream. And at some point, frustration grew.
Exactly.
You understand?
Because you will become frustrated.
Yes.
Because that's not your dream. At the end, it's his.
Yes. Mara, I feel like the desire to wanna be part of his dream, because his was clear. He knew what he wanted to be, a businessman. He knew what house he wanted. He knew the car he wanted to that detail, but she didn't. So maybe you must know define to the detail your dream.
I guess that's why I'm grateful that things happened the way it did with Daniel.
Yeah.
Because it had to end for me to just fully focus on myself.
Yeah.
Because when was I gonna
be you?
Focus on me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was never gonna happen. That's for sure.
You were probably gonna be pregnant now.
Yeah.
With his child.
Yeah.
And then resent him for kind of like feeling like he abandoned you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's not fair on either of you. I don't think your guys' intention was wrong. I feel like maybe the timing I feel like was not right, and it's okay.
Bad.
Yeah, it's okay. And maybe yeah, first loves will never change.
Yeah. Heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't understand. I liked you guys together.
Yeah.
I would have wished you guys married at the same time.
My cousins didn't like him.
Why?
You're the only one that liked him.
Why?
I don't know. They didn't like him.
I think I
I felt
felt.
he was a bit too arrogant,
No.
a bit too confident. I don't know.
I felt for him because the savior spirit, and you know that, and being an orphan child, the orphan, yeah, and I could imagine why he was overcompensating.
Yeah, he was
Overcompensate, and I also saw a bit of myself in him. I think that's why I liked him.
Yeah.
You did say we are similar.
Yeah. So Daniel in contents of the podcast
Yes.
is my ex.
Yeah.
So the first time Bella wanted you guys to meet is because he reminded me so much of you. It was almost scary.
Yeah.
His personality.
The fixer, too much wanting to
Yeah.
be in
I was
control
like,
of everything.
Sana, you like my mom.
It's scary as well.
Yeah.
At the same time, for me, I think that's why I liked him. I could see so much of me in him, and I could see how sometimes it can be devastating if you don't know who you are in God. And I could see the struggles I had and sometimes still have with letting go and letting God. So I could appreciate that for him. At the same time, I think partly I feel guilty that maybe I pushed him to him too much. He felt I know he's got that protector instinct, which is very nice. A man must be a protector. Oh, now I remember what I wanted to share with you.
Okay, but let's do a part 2 of this.
Yes. No, the important part I wanted to share.
Okay, what did you
Before we do a part 2.
Before we close.
I can't run to get my Bible, but
hit the subscribe button right now if you want to see more of this conversation.
Yes.
Comment down below if you want to see a part 2, because there's so much we talk about on a daily basis, and I think we should share it to everyone. That's the reason why we wanted to start this podcast also. So hit the subscribe button, comment down below, put on your notification bell for anything, our next video that's coming up. So yeah, what's your part 2?
Oh,
what's
no,
your thing?
let's start. I don't know how to do it because I can't find it. Do you want to stop this?
Just say reference.
Okay,
Reference to
the reference we're going to talk about
reference to what you were gonna say.
Explain that. My English just lost me.
Kira, the video, what you wanted to say.
Oh, it wasn't the video I wanted to show you. It was a verse. Ezekiel. I've been thinking of sharing it with you for a while. Talking about the man that you want, dating and what justifies dating.
Yeah.
So I couldn't remember the verse the whole time we were talking right now. And only now it is coming to me. It's in Ezekiel. And it's legit God himself. I kid you not. And he says, it's this context where God sees Israel as this girl, like a guy will warn, and then I saw you, and then and I waited for you until you were ready to love. I swear to God, it's in there, and I wanted to read it. Maybe we'll read it together next part.
Yeah, we'll read it in part 2.
Yeah. So, and he says to Israel, it's like, I waited for you until you were at an age where you are ready to love. So it also says, there's an age where a girl or a boy is ready for jola. Mujola like age 12, age 13.
I don't get people that say, Nerjola primary. What were you dating?
Exactly.
What were you dating? What were you doing? Primary school. That's crazy to me.
There's a certain age where you are mature enough to comprehend a partner. That's why you are intentional in it.
Yeah.
It is. I think it's probably when you're in your early 20s after high school.
Yeah.
Then you get that sense.
I
want someone.
I want a boyfriend.
Yes.
In a serious
way. That's when you're ready. 18, 12. Who the bloody hell thinks we got 12? Muto ale 24 are Najola longwana 14. Come on. It's just pedophilia.
Mm-hmm.
In any case, God says to, okay, I waited for you. And he says, this is what he says. He said, I clothed you. I gave you jewelry. I protected you. That's the man. Talking about a woman. And it's God. He's the man. He's talking about this woman, Israel. And I don't want to take away from that, but that verse got me because prior to that I didn't have a reference. And sometimes I think mo Basothong ho sna a reference in terms of hore nna ke go treatiwa in this way, and Basotho ba tletse mojolo mo motseng o ka re wena o apari up especially you.
Stay tuned for part 2. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you on the next one.